Okay, just checking if I'm actually live. I'm gonna give.
Okay, just checking if I'm actually live.
Okay, sorry for the feedback loop. We'll just wait for a few seconds and see who's here. Chat, can you let me know if my voice is fine? Anyone in the chat, just put down okay, yes, hi, whatever. I'm lagging a bit, just like normal. So okay, thanks, Cheet. Okay, let's start with the tech news. We'll just try to share our screen and also make sure that our video is playing because that's important. Also, we need to make sure that okay, perfect. We have a few people. Hopefully, my video is on and perfect. Okay, going with the first story. So there was this woman who found out. She found out an Amazon folder with all the thousands of audio recordings from her house gadgets. Okay, so for example, if you have, let's say, a Google Assistant at your home, right, or an Amazon Alexa or something, they are continuously recording you. Okay, and they are continuously recording you. How do you think the phrase "Okay Google" or Alexa, or I'm not going to say the other one because my laptop will pick it up. But how do you think that works? They are continuously listening to you, right? And that means they have recording of that entire stuff. That means your recording is there. So yeah, you can basically just ask Amazon or Google to give you the entire data, and you can request for your data as well. There's this article, you can actually refer to it. You can download it if you want. If you want your Google data, it's actually really similar. You just go to accounts.google.com and yeah, that's it. You go for data, you go for downloading data, and you will find lots and lots of stuff there. And yes, I have Siri, but I'm not going to mention Siri, otherwise she'll just active live, and I don't want that. Okay, moving on to the next story, once again related to privacy. Okay, we have someone named Leno Tab, and I have no idea who that is. So I'm just going to move on. Okay, so what does your smart assistant know about you? Okay, so the amount of data collected by your smart assistant. So there's a very handy chart here. Okay, now let's just start with the first one. Okay, let's just start with Amazon Alexa. Okay, your name, your time zone, your address, your phone number, your payment information, your age, your personal interests. Okay, so that literally could be anything. Your personal description as stored in your user profile, location of your device or computer, location history, that's not there. IP addresses, yes, and your acoustic model of your voice characteristics. I mean, your voice match. Okay, that's how they recognize you. Going to Google Assistant, and I believe Google is the one which collects like the least data somehow. So name, time zone, all that stuff. Google does not collect your address. Google Assistant does not know your address unless you have home set up. But basically, this is a whole graph. You can just go here. According to my consensus, if you do use a voice assistant, and if you do need to use one, go for Google Assistant or Siri. Those are the only two that I can actually recommend. But yeah, and data collected about your contacts. Now, obviously, Google will have a lot of data about your contacts because it actually lives on your phone. You probably use Google Contacts and all that stuff. And yeah, like lots and lots of graphs. Just go here, and I'll probably put the link in the description later on. But yeah, next one. Google sought fellow tech giants' help in stalking kids' privacy protection, states allege. Okay, so basically what happened is now a lot of tech giants, that means Facebook, Google, and all those people, they're actually making the kids version of their applications, right? So now there's Instagram Kids coming up and all that stuff. So basically, Google, it's just trying to bring on privacy for kids as well. I believe Instagram and Messenger has those features, like if there's a child below the age of 15, the Messenger will probably restrict a few features and all that stuff. So you can check this article once again. Next one is well about Facebook. So Facebook is researching AI system that see, hear, and remember everything you do. Once again, Facebook, do not trust Facebook. Do not use Facebook. Uh, yeah, there's nothing much here. It's just Facebook has these AR glasses, the Oculus Rift, if you know about that. Uh, they just basically collect all the information. Also, recently, Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. Okay. Now, it's basically, if you remember, before a few years, this is exactly what Google did. Okay. Google made up a parent company named Alphabet. Okay. That, I mean, it changed literally nothing, but it just now means that Google is now under a new management of Alphabet. And then there's Google, then there's YouTube, then there's all that Gmail and all that stuff. So basically, that's how it works. That's what Facebook basically did. And I believe they are taking in the direction of VR, virtual reality and all that stuff. So there's that. Facebook is also getting into cryptocurrency as well. So people here who are invested in cryptocurrency, you might have heard Coinbase. So Facebook is partnering up with Coinbase for digital wallet initiative. Okay, Coinbase is literally one of the highest, and I would say the easiest one for cryptocurrency and all that stuff. So yeah, Facebook is partnering up with Coinbase just to make up a crypto wallet. So soon you will be able to get Doge coins into your Facebook Messenger. Like you have to buy them, but they will be stored in your Facebook Messenger, hopefully. Uh, Also, I would advise people to. Okay, I'm not supposed to give cryptocurrency advice, but I hear Shiba or the SHIB coin is really good. So invest in SHIB. Heath is still watching, so anyways, Android work profiles eventually coming to unmanaged masses. Now, so if you didn't know, technically you can have two different profiles. Okay, your Android phone has the ability to create personal and work profiles. Okay, what does that basically mean? In your work profile, you can put in apps which will, like, whenever you enable the work profile, that's the only time those app will have connection. Okay, when you disable your work profile, those apps will be not, like, they will be not be active, they will be just freezed in that state. Okay, so it's really good for privacy. What you can do is you can put on a few apps in the work profile, and they will be completely different from the entire main profile. Okay, once again, imagine you can put up apps like Facebook, or let's say some messengers which you have to like use because your work tells you to use it, and they will not have access to your other contacts and all that stuff. So I believe this is a good, soon this will be available on your Android phones. If you want this functionality right now, there are a few apps named Island, and I believe there's also and Isolate, I believe, on the Play Store. Basically, what these apps do is basically they make a work profile for you on your Android phone. But yeah, I would suggest researching into this if you are actually concerned about, if you have a lot of apps. Okay. Uh, in the next news, the Fairphone. So if you don't know about Fairphone is this company. They actually promise that they will have 5 years of support, and they have this amazing phone and all that stuff. But okay, now it officially supports Calyx OS. That means you can install Calyx OS on it, and then you can actually just put the bootloader back if you need to. But yeah, that's what it is. Now, for people who don't know what Calyx OS is, just like we have Android OS. Okay, so we have Android, right? We have the original vanilla Android. You have one UI from Samsung, correct? You have one UI from Samsung. People from Redmi or Oppo, they have this Color OS, and they also have this other OS. Okay, Redmi people, what OS you have? Just put it down in the comment chat. I don't remember. iPhone has iOS. Okay, so basically all these OSs, right, just the same way our laptop or our computer have different OSs, Android has different OSs as well. So Calyx OS is one of them, which is like considered to be very secure. It does not have a single Google service. Okay, that means it does not even have Play Store or YouTube. You have to sideload that. Okay, so Calyx OS, super privacy friendly. It's a custom ROM, you have to install it, but that's what it is basically. Okay, moving on to the next one, Brave browser, which is the browser that I think everyone should use. I'm using Brave right now. Brave removes Google as its default search engine. Now, I cannot stress this enough why this is super important, because a lot of people, and I can bet, like there are 7 people watching right now. Have you changed your default search engine? Like, you just go open up your browser and you just, like, type something and searches on Google, right? We do not bother changing our, like, default search engines. Okay, people here watching, you guys are not the target audience for this, but still, okay, search engine, whatever you search in search engines is like a major part of how you interact with the internet. Okay, and search engines, a lot of people still confuse DuckDuckGo is a search engine. DuckDuckGo is not a browser. Okay, guys? DuckDuckGo is a search engine. DuckDuckGo is not a browser. Remember that. Okay, so basically, Brave removes Google as its default, and by default now it will have Brave Search. If you don't know what Brave Search is exactly what it sounds like. It's a search engine provided by Brave. Okay, there's DuckDuckGo as well. A lot of people use DuckDuckGo here. DuckDuckGo is really awesome. There are a few alternatives as well. You can try for SearchX. Okay, SearchX or SearX. Amazing search engine. At the moment, I'm actually running this one. It's called Pre-Search. Okay, Pre-Search. It's really good. It basically gives you like crypto tokens and all that stuff. But yeah, I love Pre-Search. They actually give me the option of whatever I want to search. So I can search for, like, I can just do a normal search. I can search for YouTube, Google directly, or DuckDuckGo, or Etherscan if I have like a something like a Bitcoin address or something. You can directly search for Coin Market. You can directly search Twitter, and there are like so many different providers on it. So yeah, pre-search is good as well. Okay, I'm not saying you should stick to one. You should experiment. Okay, let me just show you how it works. So I'm just gonna write Dodge, and let's just see what's the price of Dodge right now. And I believe it is 0.2870 USD, which I believe is somewhere around 20 rupees, 22 rupees. But yeah, whatever. Research, good search engine, really love it. Okay, moving on to the next one. If you remember, Trump, he was the president, ex-president now. He has his own social network. Okay, so actually, you can also make your own social network if you need to be. So there's this privacy-focused social network known as Mastodon. Okay, Mastodon is, I'm just gonna search about it. I'm just gonna show it to you guys. So basically, what Mastodon is, it's basically a social network. Okay, so you can make up your own server. Actually, I was thinking about making an Easterly themed social network, but it's like a huge thing. Okay, basically they provide open source code base, so you can just take that code and you can make your own social network, just like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want. You can do that. You can make it on your own. You have to host it, but it still exists as an option. So basically, that's what Trump did. Okay, Trump took the source code from Mastodon and he actually ripped it off. Now, just because something is open source doesn't mean you can directly copy and paste and use that code. Okay, you have to actually there are a few licenses. So Mastodon, if I'm not wrong, it operates under the GPT license 3, which means that if you are using the source code, you need to credit it. Okay, or you need to actually, so for example, if I am using the Mastodon source code, I need to credit Mastodon first of all, and I need to also make the source of my code publicly available. Okay, failure to do so will result in, well, court cases, and that's what's going to happen with Trump. They actually ripped off Mastodon, and they did not give credit, nor did they actually make the code public. So really bad stuff. But yeah, just remember that. And our last mischief news is ex-carrier employee sentenced for role in SIM swapping scheme. Now, what exactly is swim swapping? Let me just get to that. Let me stop sharing first of all. Okay, so basically, what a swim swapping attack is basically, for example, you guys must be familiar with portability, right? So you port your number to a different SIM card, or you can just say, I lost my SIM card. I need to get access to my SIM. What am I going to do? And so that's what basically a SIM swapping attack is. For example, I can just call up and I be like, hey, I lost my SIM card and I need this number. This is my number. And then I'll provide some information like, hey, this is my Aadhaar card. This is my national security number. give me access to that number. I get access to that number. That may be my friend's number. Let's say that's my friend Jeet's number, and I just took over his number. Even if his phone is active, now I have the ownership of his number. That means I own his WhatsApp, I own his Telegram, I own his bank account, because all this stuff goes through his phone. I own his email address as well at this point. And if I own his email address and the phone number, that means I own his bank account. That means I own him. That's what a swapping attack does. There's no there's no way to stop this at the moment. I would suggest make sure that your WhatsApp and Telegram and they have two-factor authentication, which is not SMS. There's that way, but yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so that's a swim swapping attack. Actually, yeah, that's it. So that's the news for this week. I know it's just like 15 minutes of news, but yeah, passwords. Yeah, you can change your passwords frequently, but yeah, that's not going to save you from a swapping attack. It's not that common in India, but it is possible. A lot of people lose their WhatsApp account, and I think you are experienced with that. A lot of people lose their WhatsApp accounts because they do not have two-factor authentication on WhatsApp. Okay, two-factor authentication as in you need to provide a password even when you active your WhatsApp. Okay, so yeah, two-factor really important. Okay, so now if anyone from the chat has any questions, go on. Otherwise, we're going to talk about what happened in the past week regarding a few scammers. So yeah. Okay, Jeet wants to listen to the story. Okay, guys, story time. Okay. Basically, for a few days, and for people who already know me, this is like kind of a common thing. On Telegram, sometimes you get invited into certain groups. Okay, certain groups which are like cryptocurrency, like UPS, this much money will double it, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And what I did is usually what I do is I actually just pretend to be dumb, that hey, I don't understand what you guys are talking about, and they ask for my money, and I basically send them a link. I send them a Grabify link. Okay, for those who are interested in how that works, I send them a Grabify link. I'll actually show it live right now. And when you open that link, it gives me your IP address, what device are you using, what operating system are you using, what ISP are you using. And that information is usually enough for people who don't understand hacking and all that stuff to just scare them. Okay, now to be very honest, IP address, like if I know your IP address, there's nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I just know what your phone model is. That's it. Okay, now some people get scared by it. Now I use that scary part, and I use that to actually convince the scammer that hey, I'm gonna come behind you, you better just leave. They usually get scared once you do that. They are not very tech savvy, turns out. I noticed that today. But yeah, that's how you basically scare them, and it works. Okay, so that's what happened in the Telegram scam. And I post stories about this on my Instagram. Once again, instagram.com/Aman Veresia. Shameless plug. You can also check the description for my Instagram. But the actual story which happened is a friend of mine, actually a junior of mine, Takshil. I don't know, Takshil, if you're live on the chat, but Takshil reached out to me, and he knows that I handle the scammers and all that stuff. And he sent me a message. Now I need to check if I'm at liberty to show that message on live. Now give me a second. I can take a screenshot of it. Okay, Takshil is here. Hi, Takshil. Takshil, are you okay if I show that message live? I'll just take a screenshot of it if that works. Okay, I'm assuming you're fine with it. I'll just take the screenshot. Okay, and I'll try to share it. Let's see. Okay, you don't have problem. Perfect. Thank you. Done. Guys, hold on. Give me a second. Okay, hopefully now you all can check this screenshot. I don't know if you can see it, but let me just also share my video. Okay, hopefully now we can see the screenshot. Okay, so basically what happens is you get a message like this. Okay, all India SIM card lot, lucky draw competition, KBC winner, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. IT Indian telecommunication, congratulations, blah blah, extra filler words. Congratulations, dear customer, you have won the prize of 25 lakhs, 25 lakh rupees, which I believe is somewhere around five, no, $100,000. Okay, give or take. Actually, $50,000. Anyways, department, please collect your price urgently by following the company rules and regulation. WhatsApp and I am okay. Guys, it's literally riddled with spelling mistakes. Like if you get a message like this is a scam. Okay, State Bank of India, blah blah blah. WhatsApp number. You can call your blah 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 blah. All that stuff. Okay, so basically what happens is you call this number and yeah, okay, we'll get to that, Takshil. Anyway, so what basically happens is you call that number, okay, on WhatsApp, and they just basically tell you that, hey, thank you for calling this, you won 25 lakhs. Okay, please provide us with your name, with your photo, and with your account number. Okay, now so far that information cannot harm you. Okay, if you give out your account number to someone, that's completely fine. If you give out your full name to someone, that should be completely fine. If you give out your, I mean, don't give out your birth date, but if you do, that's still fine, given relatively if your passwords are secure. Okay, so that person asked for my face. Now I didn't want to show my face. He didn't know my actual name. Now obviously he can just do a search on Google, Aman Vesia, and it will work, given I am live on YouTube. You guys can see my face, right? But that person, not so like smart. So basically, I sent him a photo from this website. Okay. So one more thing, I'll just show this. Okay. There's like a lot of side stories happening today, guys. Where is the? Okay. So basically, if you go to a website named thispersondoesnotexist.com. Okay. So this is the website that you go to, and if you go to this website and if you reload the website, okay, you will always get a face of a person that does not actually exist. Okay, these faces that you are looking at, they are AI generated. So every single time you refresh this page, you'll get a new photo. Okay, and that's what basically I did. I just sent a photo from here. I just kept on reloading while I found a photo of a male person. I took that photo and I sent it to that person. Now, why is this important? So basically, that person wanted my photo, so I sent that photo. I made up a name, and then I gave my account number. Now, what usually happens in the scam later on is they ask you that, hey, we are trying to send you 25 lakh rupees. We cannot. Do you want to try UPI? So you, like, everyone uses phone pay and GPay. So you'll be like, yeah, sure, let's try UPI. You give your UPI to them. Okay. And then what they do is they're like, hey, there's some tax that you need to pay. So give us 12,000 or 15,000. We'll send 25 lakhs right after you pay us that. Okay. So basically, if someone vulnerable, and that's completely fine. If you're not tech savvy, people get scammed. Okay, people in my family, in my immediate family, have gotten scammed by scammers like this. Okay, this is why I go after them. And what usually happens is they ask you for money. So on UPI, on Google Pay or Phone Pay, you can ask for money, right? So just put a request, and for people who don't understand technology, they'll be like, hey, there's a money request. And then they basically tell you on the call, hey, the payment is stuck somewhere. It's logged. Can you unlock the phone? And while unlocking, you put your UPI pin. And that's how the money is gone. The money is gone to them. They got your money. They leave. There's no 25 lakhs. Obviously, it's a scam. Now, they kept on telling me to do that. And I kept on sending the link, the Grabify link. I kept on sending them. I kept on pestering them. Like, hey, guys, can you just click on this link? Can you just click on this link and open. This is a screenshot. They will like, nay, give a screenshot. And I'm like, no, can you just open the link? And you have to pretend to be so dumb. I was like, hey, mereko ye sab nahi aata. Okay, that's Hindi. I'll put the captions for international people. I just basically said, I don't understand how technology works. And this is a screenshot. My brother is a tech person. He gave me this screenshot. He gave me this link. That's how I had to act in front of them. Then that person finally opened my link. And when that person opened my link, I got to see his information. Okay. Also, these scammers, they don't have no conscience. They don't have a morality. Sometimes my friends tell me that, hey, Aman, you are just, scaring them too much. Guys, remember, these are the people who take money away from elder people, who take money away from old people who are suffering. Okay, I told that scammer that, hey, this money is for my admission of my younger brother. Okay, we just have 15,000 left, and I'll send that money to you. And this is for my younger brother's admission. I lied. I made that lie. I said that we are very poor, we are this, we are that. 25 lakhs is going to be very helpful to us. And that person just sat there, and he kept on, preying upon our insecurities or our financial problems. And that's what these scammers do. Okay, so I do not feel one bit bad about what I do to them, and you shouldn't feel bad about it as well. You should actually feel very angry. So yeah, okay. Anyways, side tangent. Anyways, what happened is I called up that person again, and I'm like, hey, I have your information. I'm just gonna show you that information. Give me a second. I wanted to show you that live, and I'll just open up, and I'll also try to show my video. Okay, so for those who don't know, Grabify is an amazing resource. Okay, so this is the link that I sent to them. Hopefully, the scammer isn't watching me. Okay, but if you're watching, you still deserve it. Anyway, so this is the link that I sent them. Okay, so they open up the link. I get a notification when they open up that said link. Okay, and I got his information. It took so many tries, but he finally opened up the information, and I found out that person's IP address is this. He is from Pakistan. Now it says Pakistan, Karachi, but that's usually how IP addresses work. Do not worry. I told them that he is using an Oppo phone and he is on Android 8.1. Blah 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 blah. Long story. This is how you basically get someone's IP address. Okay. You can search out about Grabify. I even have a video on my channel about Grabify. You can just check it out. That's it. I basically scared the scammer, and then I told the scammer that, hey, I'm a fellow scammer as well, and I actually got him to befriend me. And long story short, I just told him that, hey, I'm also a scammer. You don't need to lie to me and all that stuff. And I got him to add me on Facebook. I also made friends with him, and he also gave me all the information about how everything works. He actually gave me his real address. He actually gave me his real name, his real phone number, the actual Pakistani phone number, and he trusted me. And he actually gave me the source of all the information, like how he gets those phone numbers. He gave me that. He also gave me information about how he got the phone number, how he got the WhatsApp phone number that he's currently using. So I got all that information, and my plan at the moment is to just be friends with him at the moment and take as much as information I can about him. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's basically what happened. If you guys ever get a spam message, feel free to just forward that message to me. Okay, I have too much fun. And always remember one thing: the more time that they spend on you, like, the more time that they spend wasting on you, the more time it's taken away from other people that they could have been scamming. Okay, so it's better if they waste their time on you instead of they use their time on someone else. That's basically what my psychology is. If ever a scamming person calls you, just waste their time. Okay, if you have enough time like me, waste their time. And that's it for Estudely FNL. Thank you for joining us. Once again, you can find all the links in our description below. We have a Telegram server. We have a Discord server as well. You can follow me on Instagram if you need to. You can find out cool stories. If you need to contact me, there's links as well. There's a Linktree link as well below in the description. Or you can just contact me on Telegram. We have a really amazing group with a really amazing community. And that's it. Thank you, people, for joining our live. This is the end. Bye-bye and good night.